Is it how many people I have live? All right, I have no idea what's going on. Okay. All right, so I'm going live on Instagram, I believe, right now. So let me just go live and I'll thank everyone again. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining live or for watching the replay. I'm going to share with you today some easy ways to detox your home this spring. Your home is your environment, and your environment is one of those 6 soul foods that I talk about that I refer to that actually feed you. Your other soul foods are your spiritual practice, your relationships, your career, and your physical activity. Oh shoot. Does everyone hear me okay? Just let me know if you don't hear me okay. All right, and yes. Why does it say that? I have no idea. Okay, so your other food, your other soul foods, besides your soul foods, those that really feed you are your table foods, the foods that are actually on your plate. And I help people by building healthy eating habits by considering your soul foods and your table foods. And so I also help people cook inflammatory free while building those eating habits without diets and without extreme workouts. So you can visit my website at keishmitchell.com. I'm a holistic health coach, and follow me here to for more tips on cooking and wellness. So I'm going to talk to you today about some simple ways to detox your home, and then we'll talk about we'll first start off talking about the exposures that we have to toxins, and some ways that we can detox and why that's important. Okay, so I am a foodie and I'm addicted to junk foods. I became addicted to junk foods around the age of 8. And the processed foods, they got me very sick. I had severe gut issues. And my gastroenterologist doctors did not know what it was, if it was Crohn's or IBS, IBD, or whatever. But, you know, not due to the progression of the disease, but due to the fact that doctors did not know what they were doing, I ended up wearing an ileostomy bag. And I ended up wearing that bag for almost 5 years. So I am a Crohn's warrior, a chronic disease warrior, a chronic patient warrior. And if you're one of those, then you're with me, right? And I mentioned that because this was years ago. I'm still in recovery. Um, Now, when I still have severe gut damage because of the ileostomy, and so I'm still in recovery. But about 6 years ago, actually, I would say about 6 years after I had the bag removed. Let me see here. Is anyone there? Is anyone here? Is anyone live? Chat back with me if you're live, because I don't want to be talking to just no one here. I have no idea. Okay, I have no idea. Hello? Somebody chat back here. Okay, so after I had the now I know I see the timer going, so now 6 years after I had the bag removed, I went on the Rachel Ray show. As I said, I'm a foodie. Do I have any Rachel Ray fans out there also? Now, I did not go on as a guest. I did go on as an audience member. And they gave away these red radio flyer wagons to the audience. And I don't know if you're familiar with those, but I had one when I was a kid. I just don't like this thing here. It's just so weird. Oh, excuse me. All right. So, oh. So hello here on Facebook and YouTube, and do you guys see me on here? So anyway, I had this, they gave away the radio flyer wagon, and I had one as a kid, and so I had nostalgia with that. I was very excited to get one, and they gave you a voucher so you can have it shipped to you. And so it came shipped in a box with pieces, and when I opened up the box, I did notice the smell, the strong chemical smell from the wood stain and the wax that they use on these pieces, right? But I was just so happy anyway. And I started to put the wagon together, and I started to set it up. I set it up in my living room. You know, I wanted to protect it, you know, not get any rust on it like the one that I had when I was a child. And, you know, I was taking pictures of it. But I noticed that I was getting headaches from the smell, and the smell was strong. And, you know, I even, you know, opened up all the windows and just try to let it all air out, but the smell was so strong that it just gave me headaches. And it wasn't until I put the wagon outside that my headaches went away. And I thought, wow. For one, I was upset because this is a child's toy, this is a kid's toy, and this chemical smell was so strong. The other thing was that I realized that I'm still highly sensitive to toxins. And, you know, this is due to my Crohn's, and if you have Crohn's, IBS, IBD, these are all autoimmune diseases, and we are all highly sensitive to toxins. And with the toxic overload on our bodies, this creates stress on our immune system, and it stops us from healing completely. Lupus, yes, another autoimmune disease that I should write down for sure, and that's a very common. So we are definitely in an autoimmune disease epidemic, and so let's talk about that. Let's look at lowering our toxic load, and lowering the stress on our immune system so that we can heal from these autoimmune diseases that a lot of us suffer from. And then let's look at the toxic exposure in the United States and talk about how we can enhance our environment, that soul food, and some easy ways to detox the home, because the home is where we're spending a lot of our time, even more these days. Now, how do humans ingest toxins? We do it through the air that we breathe, and we do it through the food and the beverages that we eat and drink, and we also absorb toxins through our skin, that the biggest organ that we have. And in the United States, there are more than 80,000 chemicals that are registered for use, and the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency that claims to protect us all, tests only 200 of these chemicals, 200 out of 80,000. It regulates only 5 chemicals out of 80,000 chemicals that it allows companies to use. They regulate 5. Over 80,000 chemicals. Now, not 80,000, but over 80,000. Okay, so I'm upset, right? I'm upset. If you're not, I am. Okay? And as a chemist, also I'm upset because as a chemist, I've worked in a water and soil testing lab. And I can tell you firsthand that you should not rely on tests or results or the government or the EPA, the DEA, the CIA, the we can go on and on forever about who you should not rely on, okay? So we are in an autoimmune disease epidemic and we have to help ourselves. There are high rates of diabetes, obesity, Alzheimer's, autism, lupus, Parkinson's, and cancers. And we are overburdened with toxins. So let's think about the overburdens here. Let's talk about it for a minute. In our cleaning products, we're doing a lot of cleaning, and there's a lot of toxic ingredients in the cleaning products. They're not all listed though, but you should definitely avoid any labels that are labeled danger, hazard, or poison. Any that have those labels on it, you should avoid. And any that have ingredients that are listed as ammonia, DEA, APEs, and TEAs. Those are just abbreviations for chemical compounds that are found in ingredients, and these are not always listed. They're normally not listed, and even with natural chemicals, you will have tiny amounts of hard to pronounce ingredients, right? But you'll want to choose your chemicals like I teach you how to choose your foods. You want to look for those red flags. So there are red flags on chemicals, cleaning ingredients as well. The same as on foods, like on foods. So that I'll talk about the red flag. If there are more than 5 ingredients listed on the ingredients list, that's a red flag. And if the ingredients are hard to pronounce, that's also a red flag. And if there are labels that promote natural or ecologically friendly. So your best choice are plant-based items like by Dr. Bronner and Seventh Generation and Ecos. Or you can make your own using baking soda, tea tree oils, citrus oils, borax and vinegar. There are a lot of blogs and websites that will teach you these ingredients and recipes for making your own natural cleaning solutions. And you can also use microfiber towels as a chemical-free ingredient alternative to disinfectants. So now think about also the other sources of toxins in your home come from the furniture and the textiles in your home. So manufacturers of mattresses yes, microfiber towels work so good. You can buy a whole pack of like 50. They come in different colors, so you can use like the white for your kitchen, the blue for the bathroom, and then add in those natural ingredients as well. So yes, mattress manufacturers, they add flame retardants that comply with the fire regulations, and these flame retardants actually cause poor brain damage and they lead to learning, behavioral, and memory problems in children. And in your carpets, you have stain resistant treatments, you have antimicrobial features, you also have anti-static agents, and these are all toxic. Yes, yes, I know you're talking about the mattresses, right? So choose mattresses that are of untreated cotton or wool and free of synthetic materials like foam, glue, and moth proofing chemicals. There are a few good companies. I'm actually looking for a mattress, so when I find one, I'll post about it. Um, there are a few good companies out there that have some mattresses. You'll spend, a nice amount of money, but at least it will be toxic free. It will be worth the money. You can eventually move your way up to 100% healthy home, toxic free home, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. So, um, in the carpets, you'll want to, choose a plant based carpet that's detergent, or remove the carpet altogether and get flooring that's of hardwood or tile, even. Also, you'll want to use the same standards that you use to choose a mattress to choose your beddings, your curtains, and your rugs. The same type of idea there, to choose things that are of natural fibers and free of these of foams and glues and things like that. Now, for your paints and your decorations, you want to use what's called non-VOC paints, and that's VOC stands for volatile organic compounds, and they are advertised by companies, but a VOC paints are only available in some base white paints. Supposedly, I have to go back to Home Depot and check this out, but once you add color, it's no longer a no VOC. So you want to use some no VOC paint. You also, if you use wallpaper, you want to avoid vinyl paper because it will trap the mold, fungus, and it'll trap mold and fungus, and it will cause respiratory problems. So now some natural woods, non-VOC white paint, white painted walls, and some toxic free carpets and wood furnitures, natural furnitures, they go a long way. And using natural fibers like hemp and bamboo and silks and linen also goes a long way. I mean, it's beautiful for a beautiful way to decorate your home. And so you can consider this, and doing these small things along the way, like gradually, to obtain a 100% healthy home. And so now that we looked at some ways that we are overburdened with toxins, let's look at a few easy ways to detox the home right away. Okay? And so just think about your air, you're saving energy, and like conserving and using some renewable resources. So 8 ways I'll share with you. The first one is grow some indoor plants. And plants are effective absorbers of those harmful pollutants that are emitted from your carpet, from your furniture, and from electronic equipment. So think about spider plants, think about Boston firs, rubber plants, and palm trees. And open your windows and allow fresh air to flow through all the rooms. That's number 2. Even in the winter time, you'll want to open up all of your windows front to back, allow the air to flow through for at least 20 minutes a day. The third one is switch to energy saving light bulbs. These light bulbs use a quarter of the energy of regular light bulbs, and they last for about 10 times longer. Another tip is to open up your blinds and allow sunshine to filter through. Using that solar energy will warm and brighten your home naturally, and solar energy is the cheapest and the most environmentally sound heat and light source that you can have. Thank you for the hearts, by the way, and thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Okay, so before we go on, again, my name is Keish Mitchell. You can go to my website at keishmitchell.com. I help people build healthy eating habits without dieting or extreme workouts. I also help people cook inflammatory free. And follow me for cooking and wellness tips. I have some things coming up, so do follow. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. If you have any questions, you can always DM me or send me an email or visit my website, schedule a free consultation, and we'll get to work. Thank you so much. Let me know if you have any questions. I also have some free stuff too to give you, so just let me know how you need help with whether it's reducing cravings, losing weight, or transitioning to a gluten-free diet, or other things. I can help you with that. Those three main things. So now back to the more easy tips to detox your home is to use your kitchen compost, or compost your kitchen scraps. So those be your eggshells, your tea leaves, your coffee grinds, your fruit and vegetable peelings, all your organic matter. You can mix that in with your yard trimmings and water, and that can be your natural fertilizers for your gardens. A lot of people are getting into gardening in your backyard, so a great fertilizer, and you'll reduce the landfill waste by using all that organic compost. And the other thing you can do is to use appliances that are efficient, and also to turn off your lights and other electronics. And use a power strip to just power down everything at once. That's a great way to save energy. The seventh thing to do is to recycle your trash, and also donate your clothes, your toys, your books. Host clothing exchanges, host kid toy exchanges, things like that, to recycle your trash. And then the eighth thing you'll want to do is to buy recycled goods. Now you can buy writing paper and toilet tissue. They'll have labels on that to say that is percentage, that is post-consumer recycled content. I'm sure you've seen those little labels there. And also, if you're buying food items, you can buy the recycled cardboard, those that are packaged in recycled cardboard. And at the thrift store, now I don't buy used clothing. That's not for me. I don't buy consignment clothing. I think it's tacky to buy clothes on consignment. If you can't afford an expensive outfit, you don't need it. So I don't buy used clothing, but I do buy used books. I buy used furniture sometimes, after like cleaning it, saging it, things like that. I buy used tools. I also buy like used, refurbished electronic equipment. So things like that to detox your home. There's one other thing I want to mention quickly. Detoxing the home with electronic magnetic radiation. So EMFs, electronic magnetic field radiation, those are Okay, sure. Thank you for catching the live, and watch the replay. I'm almost wrapping up, though. I'm just doing a little wrap up anyway. But thank you for watching the live, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Okay, so let me see. Now, oh yes, about the EMFs. I did uh IGTF, or I did a live on EMFs a while back, so you can go back and watch that about electronic pollution and things like that, how you can avoid that and lessen that. But that's another thing to about toxins in our home and our environments. It's so important that we protect ourselves from these this radiation, the EMFs. So do go back and watch the videos on that, and I'll post more about that. Now we looked at some lifestyle, some suggestions on how to detox your home. Again, consider, where you ingest toxins as humans, how we ingest toxins through the air we breathe, through the food and beverages that we eat, and through our skin. And with holistic health coaching, I address your soul foods, your relationships, your career, your spirituality, and your environment, and also the food on your plate to help you build healthy eating habits and go inflammatory free, cook inflammatory free, lose weight. So DM me if you have any questions, and let me know what I can answer for you right now. Looks like we have some people live here now. Do we? Please tell me we do, because I see a count of people. I'm just not sure if everyone is in the room over here on my Haps and my Facebook. I'm over here on Facebook. I'm over here on Instagram, and I want to know if what questions you have for me to answer. Okay, now there's one more thing I want to share, and that is our immune system. The whole idea of the urgency of how we need to protect our immune systems, because our immune systems do a lot of work. Not only are they protecting us from getting sick from viruses, bacteria, and other things, but they are also deciding if what we eat is uh, food or poison. And a lot of what is eaten in the American, some of the stuff that's eaten in the standard American diet, SAD for short, the standard American diet, the foods that we eat, some of them are poisonous to the human body. And so we're overloaded with our bodies, our systems are overloaded with trying to figure out how to protect us from the horrible foods that we eat, and also trying to protect us from getting sick. So it can only do so much. We have to help ourselves out, right? We have to help our bodies out more and listen to our bodies, what they're telling us when they're saying that, don't eat this because it's giving you stomach aches, or it's making you sick, or you have gas. Well, those are not normal things to have, right? So it's important, if you have things like some Crohn diseases, autoimmune diseases, that you are protecting your immune system as best as possible and supporting it and making it stronger. Any questions I can answer right now? I hope everyone can see me here on here. Thank you everyone for joining. Be sure to follow me and send me any questions. Let me know anything that you may have. Take care. Later.